Once upon a time, in a quaint little cottage in the woods, there lived 3 bears: Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. One sunny morning, after preparing a delicious bowl of porridge, the bears decided to go for a stroll while it cooled. As they wandered through the forest, a little girl named Goldilocks with a mane of golden curls stumbled upon the bears' cottage. Curious about what lay inside, she gently pushed the door open and stepped in. Inside, she saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table, and feeling quite hungry, decided to taste them. The first bowl was too hot, making her wince at the scalding flavor. The second bowl was too cold, leaving her unsatisfied. Finally, she tried the third bowl, and to her delight it was just right, so she happily devoured it all. Feeling tired after her meal, Goldilocks looked around and saw 3 chairs. She first sat in Papa Bear's chair, but it was too big, then Mama Bear's chair, but it was too soft, before finally trying Baby Bear's chair, which promptly broke under her weight. Goldilocks stood there surprised by the disaster she had caused, but her curiosity soon led her upstairs. At the top, she found 3 beds, each one looking more inviting than the last. She decided to lie down on Mama Bear's bed first, but it felt too soft and enveloping. Next, she tried Papa Bear's bed, which was too hard, until finally she discovered Baby Bear's bed, which was just right, and soon drifted off to sleep. Meanwhile, the 3 bears returned home from their stroll, sensing that something was amiss. They entered their cottage to find the door open, and were filled with curiosity and concern. Papa Bear examined the empty porridge bowls with a furrowed brow, while Mama Bear gasped in shock. Baby Bear, upset, pointed to the shattered chair, struggling to understand what had happened. Driven by their instincts, the bears climbed the staircase to investigate further. As they reached the top, they noticed the door to the bedroom ajar, unaware that Goldilocks was still peacefully sleeping in Baby Bear's bed. In an instant, the bears entered the room, their eyes adjusting to the sight of Goldilocks asleep. Startled awake, Goldilocks locked eyes with the bears, a wave of panic washing over her as she realized the trouble she was in. Goldilocks raised her hands, attempting to explain her actions as the bears looked on, confusion etched across their faces. Mama Bear's expression softened as she sensed the girl's fear, prompting her to listen carefully. With a shaky breath, Goldilocks rose from the bed, attempting to explain her curiosity and hunger. The bears listened, each reacting differently. Papa Bear's stern frown began to fade, while Mama Bear offered a gentle smile, and Baby Bear tilted his head in wonder. As Goldilocks shared her story, her spirit lifted, and she gestured excitedly, hoping to win their trust. The bears exchanged glances, their initial anger giving way to understanding as they listened to her explain her adventurous spirit. Goldilocks smiled, her sincerity evident, as she apologized for intruding and causing trouble. The bears, moved by her heartfelt words, began to gather around her, ready to offer friendship instead of punishment. As the tension melted away, Goldilocks and the bears settled into a circle, exchanging stories and laughter, their hearts lightened by newfound camaraderie. Outside, the sun set, bathing the room in a warm golden hue, symbolizing a beautiful change. Finally, Goldilocks stood up, ready to head home, waving goodbye with a grateful heart and a bright smile. The 3 bears watched her leave, their spirits high, knowing they had forged a special bond that would last. As Goldilocks walked down the sunlit path towards home, the forest around her was alive with soft light. A smile graced her face, filled with happiness as she reflected on the extraordinary day spent with her new bear friends. Goldilocks reached her cozy cottage at the forest's edge, the familiar sight bringing a wave of comfort. With a hint of nostalgia, she stretched her hand towards the door, eager to share her incredible adventure with her family. Inside the cottage, Goldilocks animatedly recounted her day to her family, sharing tales of the bears and their unexpected kindness. Her family gathered around the fireplace, their faces alight with amazement as they listened to her incredible adventure unfold.